Hello everyone and welcome back to another Thomas Wooden Railway review. This review is on the Logan and the Big Blue Engines book pack, or just Logan. So Logan was introduced in 2014 as a part of the whole Fisher-Price Mattel specialty set range to reassure confidence in the Thomas Wooden Railway brand. Logan was a part of that really kind of simplistic but also kind of cool Logan and the Big Blue Engine specialty set that came with Gordon, this weird like turntable switch track, a really cool coal loader, and a really like mediocre sized Nafric station. Now I don't have the Logan and the Big Blue Engine specialty set because I wasn't about to pay $250 for that. However, I did pick up the book pack at a novelty store called Marshall's. They pretty much specialize in clothes. They're kind of like TJ Maxx. However, they do have cheap toys that show up on their shelves that nobody wants from outside retailers like Toys R Us or something like that. And it just so happens that they also have cheap Thomas Wooden Railway stuff. Marshall's is also where I found my 2013 Scarloe, which is another upcoming Thomas Wooden Railway review, and it's also where I found my Sodor's Search and Rescue Center destination, which if you follow me on Twitter, you've already seen a set I made with that. So before we take a look at Logan's model, I want to show you all his box. It's kind of big. It can't really fit on screen all that well. Sodor Story Collection right there. Here, let me change the camera angle here. First time in a Thomas Wooden Railway review where I'm actually changing the camera angle. Ooh boy. But there's the whole box itself. Book pack. You can see there on the bottom. Sodor Story Collection crest. Once again, we flip it over. You've got the other 4 specialty sets listed here on the back. Thomas's Birthday Surprise, Percy and the Little Goat, James Sorts It Out, and Logan and the Big Blue Engines. It doesn't mention the Sam or the Dustin set because at this point the Sam and the Dustin sets weren't out yet. So I'll put my camera back down here. And we'll put Logan back on the tracks. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I did score this pack for $8 at Marshall's, which was an astounding good deal. You also have the book. Oh, look at that. That's not creepy at all. There's the book itself, Logan and the Big Blue Engines. A lot of my friends warned me that, oh hey, the book is really simplistic and kind of stupid, and they were right. I won't be doing a read-through for Logan and the Big Blue Engines because it's just a dumb story. It's nowhere near as quote-unquote sophisticated as the Sam story. At least the Sam book kind of warranted a read-through. But the Logan book, yeah, no way. That story sucks. Logan and the rest of the specialty sets were discontinued in 2017 to make room for Thomas and Friends Wood. So enough with the history and enough with how great of a deal I got on the book pack. Anyway, take a look at Logan here. He's a very nice model. He's very simplistic, actually, when you take a look at him. He's yellow and like a dark blue, almost purplish color. Got his name on the side there, his number, 7109. I don't think that's a reference to anything, but it's kind of a unique number. His cab there. I really like how on the back they put this little like caution thing on his buffer beam. That's pretty cool. I also like how they made his cab slanted a little bit. Normally with Mattel and Thomas Wooden Railway, they would have just made that flat to save money, but that's a cool little thing, and not a lot of people would pick up on that. Side is exactly the same. His face is not as creepy as it is in the story. I quite like his face on his model. I love his little lamp up there as well. That's a nice added detail. He doesn't have a funnel though, which really doesn't make much sense because he's supposed to be a steam engine who looks like a diesel, but here he just looks straight up like a diesel. The funnel should be in between these two domes right here, but all he has is 2 domes. He's like Donald and Douglas or Duck from the early 90s. He doesn't have a funnel. I also included this little cargo car here because this comes with Logan in the book pack. You get this little coal piece and this nice little cargo car. People really complain about cargo cars, but I quite like them. They can pretty much be anything you want them to be. I quite like the black cargo cars that look like slate trucks. Here's the little coal piece. This can fit in the dumper car from the Rusty to the Rescue set thing. It doesn't fit all that well. You kind of have to squeeze it in. It's kind of bigger than the dumper car. It's really only supposed to go in that cargo car, but it doesn't fit all that well, and it bugs me. So now it's time for ratings and recommends. Logan's model, I can't really rate it anything less than a 10. It's very accurate to what he looks like in the story and also how his CGI model looks. I didn't mention it earlier, Logan did get a CGI model. He never spoke, but he did get a CGI model and did appear in 2 little online featurettes about him, along with Sam, his counterpart. But for recommendations, I can't say that I recommend Logan all that much. He's a steamy who looks like a diesel who confuses Edward for Gordon. Not really a lot of character traits there, which some folks would see as a positive because you can mold him into whatever character you want him to be. I, however, see that as kind of a negative because I like having pre-established characters that I can work with and add my own twist to in my own series. So I would say I wouldn't recommend Logan all that much. I think he's the weakest of the 3 specialty series characters. Of course, that's not to say I don't like Logan's model. I really like his model, but I just can't recommend picking him up. Especially not for that horrid story. I mean, it's just not good at all. So that's my Thomas Wooden Railway review on Logan. Thank you all for watching, and as always, good night, everybody.